Wild Card weekend continues here on EA Sports. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Forced out to his left. And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's the second down and 4. Play fake. Here's Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Love looking to throw it. That's taken in. Dontavian Wicks. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Love. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. Love, they go play action now. That's to Kraft, the tight end. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be second down. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Love now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, trying to put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Making that play behind the line was Justin Simmons.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 3rd down and 13. Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. From the 21, here's a second down and 9. Throwing, Love. Finds his receiver, Watson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it second down. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. To throw now. Here's Love. Escaping. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordan Love taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Anders Carlson now for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a give right side Swift. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. To throw is Fields. Flushed out right. And he works free. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Once again, it's Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Packers are able to extend their lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs.
Previous play is under
I think
review.
they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Carlson's extra point up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Able to find Higgins. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Love going to break the huddle. Lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Working out of the gun. Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Moore, the man in motion. Here's Fields. He's got the connection to Moore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This 2nd and 4. On the option to give to Swift here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Slot man moves right. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Not only was that a nice run, it's got to be a little bit of a confidence booster as they head towards the end of the 1st half.
2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Fields. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. Now 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now it's Fields. A little short pass. This is Everett. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Fields now to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Santos' kick is up and through, and a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Packer offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Love. That's complete to Dobbs. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Love looking to throw it. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Love. And Watson has it right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here on the NFC side of the bracket. And this one looks like it should be a dandy, as it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks matching up against the San Francisco 49ers. It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that first half. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Fields. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on third down.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff to Swift. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They go bootleg. Love. Throw left side, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw now. Here's Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In motion comes the tight end left. Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive with the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. That's taken in by Watson. That he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. And it's caught. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Love now. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Love. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Back now at Lambeau. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Lucas Van Ness
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Back to throw here. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Love. He'll complete this one to Watson.
75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. From just shy of midfield, Love.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Working out of the gun, Love. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Walker, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, want to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Fields. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Throwing again is Fields. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he's taken down inside the 30. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action. It's Fields. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2nd down and 6 now. On play action, Fields. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. That is caught. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Here we go. 1st and goal. On the move to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Now Love. That's complete to Wicks. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
So now Fields and the Bears
down 17-14, just over a minute 40 to play. A field goal could get this playoff game to overtime, but this crowd, they are going to make it tough as they line up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Now Fields. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's third down. To the left side into the hands of Odunze.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
All eyes on Fields.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
2nd and 6 coming up. Now Fields going to keep it running left.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more, no matter when you're